brief video tutorial on exporting images out of Photoshop. Here I have a web page that I'm working on in Dreamweaver, and what I want to do is replace this placeholder image with this image here in Photoshop. Okay, so I'm going to go back here into Dreamweaver, and I'm going to look at the image because I want to see what the existing dimensions are. So it's 620 by 345. So I'll come back in here into Photoshop, and I want to make sure that my aspect ratio is correct. So I'm going to type in 620 pixels, px, by 345. Is that correct? 345? Yes, 349. So by 349, and I want it's for a web page, so we know that's monitor resolution. We don't need anything higher than 72 pixels per inch. So that looks good. And you can see it's adjusted the aspect ratio. This is the crop tool here. So this is doing a few steps all at once. This is cropping. It's also establishing the correct aspect ratio that I want and the resolution all in one. So I'll just kind of resize this to where I want it to be, how I want it to look. And once I double click on this, I have now resized the image. And now I want to apply a little bit of, before I save this image, because I could save it right now and just put it in, but I want to add, I want to compress this a little bit because again it is for web. So I'll come over here into export. Now it used to be the way you did this is save for web. That's, you can see here it says legacy. That means that this functionality is going away. How it's done now is through export as, and this really gives you the same functionality as save for web, but it's just better compression and a better interface. So here we see that this is going to save this with my current settings here as a JPEG. I always, typically this defaults to like 100%. What I do is I look at the file size. This is the expected file size here. It's 91K. And if I can get that file size down, I want to get it as small as I can because again it is for a web page, and I want the web page to be, you know, nimble and load quickly. So long as it looks the same, I'll keep reducing the quality of it until I start to see a hit in the quality. So at this size, you're really not going to see a hit in the quality. Maybe here at 8% you can see it's starting to get really soft. If I zoom in here, I can see it's definitely applying a lot of compression. So I'll come back here to 75% or 80%. And you can see here it's at 38K. We originally, prior to compression, it was at 91, so we're reducing it quite a bit. So let's leave it at 70. And you see it's 32K. That's telling me what it's going to output it as. It's going to output it as a JPEG. I can do a GIF, a PNG file, and here's other options here. And I can, if I need to do additional resizing here, I can use this window, but I've already done that within Photoshop, within the other area, using image size, so I don't need to do that here. I can also change the canvas size if I need to, and add in metadata, copyright information, which is pretty convenient. So I want to convert this to sRGB color space because I'm doing this for the web, for a web page. I'll go ahead and hit export. I'm going to save this as a banner 3 image JPEG. I'll click save as. It's exported that, and so now I can come back in here into Dreamweaver, and I can delete that image and drop in my banner 3 image. And there you go. All right, so that's exporting images for the web.